Hi guys, and welcome to this video where I'm going to show you two simple tricks on how to get more out of your games. Or to put it simpler, how to get more assist damage out of your games and not only assist damage. Now here comes the question, what is assist damage, in case you haven't heard about it yet? Well, assist damage is formed out of two things. First of all, you spotting for your team and allowing your teammates to shoot the enemies you're spotting. Or two, immobilizing enemies and allowing your team to shoot them. So, number one, V-range. You might have heard me talk about it a lot of times before, how important V-range is in World of Tanks. Well, I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, in World of Tanks there isn't much difference in terms of V-range going from a heavy tank, for example, to a scout. As you can see, my T125 has 400 V-range. If I scroll along to a tier 8 scout, for example, like the RU251, it also has 400 base view range, which means my heavy tank and not necessarily heavy tanks can have the spotting capabilities of a scout. Which brings us to the following. Why exactly would I stack view range on my tanks? Well, because you don't really lose anything. Take a look at my setup. I got vertical stabs, optics, and gun rammer. So by ditching vents, for example, I put optics here, and I got recon and situation awareness on my commander. T125, coded optics, recon skill to 100%, situational awareness to 100%. I also got brothers in arms. We go all the way to 497 V range, which is quite a lot. Let's put the RU, for example, now. As you can see, with coded optics, brothers in arms, with chocolate, recon skill, and situation awareness, it's exactly the same. So my heavy tank, and not necessarily heavy tanks, has the same spotting capabilities as a scout. You might have heard though, hey, the maximum spotting range where you can actually see a tank is 445 meters. That's true, but let's say you got an E25 in front of you, and theoretically I'm in my E5 and I got 445 meters of view range. I'm not gonna spot that E25 at 445 meters because he's gonna have a lot of camouflage. I'm gonna have to get really close to him to actually spot him. But if I got almost 500 view range now, due to the fact that I got optics and the view range skills, I'm gonna spot him a lot faster than not having them, at the cost of not losing anything. Okay, so I'm Prokhorovka with my E5. Let's say I'm going in and trying to spot some tanks here, and I just happen to stumble into an I7, for example. So first thing I want to do is shoot him. I get a shot on them, and that's probably gonna be it. If you don't have optics and the view range skills, for example, you know, you're gonna get a shot on them, then you're gonna fall back and maybe repeat. But if you got optics and the view range skills, you'll go in and spot the tank. And while you're spotting this tank, I mean, you could do this with any other tank. The distance is really short. I'm not talking about the I7 in specific. So as I would go in and shoot the I7, I'd probably spot a lot of other tanks around this forest, especially if they start shooting at me and they're gonna lose their camo value. Because my view range, as I said, I got the same spotting capabilities of a light tank. So I'm gonna go in, shoot my tank, and spot a lot of other tanks around me for my teammates that might be sniping, or for the artillery to shoot. And thus I'm gonna get assist damage. So my income, I'm gonna get more XP and more credits out of this game. Let's move on to number two, detracking tanks. When you're detracking a tank and your allies are able to shoot him based on your detrack, you get half of the XP and credits they will get just by shooting it. The simplest way to detrack a tank and do damage to it is to shoot the first or the last wheel of the track. I'm gonna show you how. As you can see, detrack and damage. We're gonna wait until he repairs again to try the last wheel of the tracks. As you can see, again, detrack and damage. This is very important because in a scenario where, for example, there will be two other tanks around the I7. Let's say I'm the first one to reach the target and I shoot him first. And this is the typical situation where I just want to do damage. I just shoot him without detracking, and now I'm reloading for another 8 seconds. During this time, the other two tanks that were here are gonna shoot him too, and it's gonna be less HP for you to take after shooting. If you detrack and do damage at the same time, in the time it takes you to reload, they will shoot the tank, but you'll get half the XP and credits they get for shooting him. They get a lot more out of your target than if you were just to simply shoot for damage. Well, that was pretty much it. 2 simple tricks to help you achieve more in your games. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it to be useful. Please like and subscribe and tell me what you think in the comments below. See ya!